Ugh.
In this video, you'll be learning all you need to know about first conditionals. The first conditional is used to talk about things which might happen in the future. Of course, we can't know what will happen in the future, but the first conditional describes possible things which could easily come true. The first conditional has two clauses, the if clause and the main clause. The if clause has the present simple after if, and the future simple is in the main clause. So the formula is this: if plus present simple plus future simple plus infinitive. For example, if it rains tomorrow, we'll go to the cinema. If it rains tomorrow is the if clause in this sentence, and we'll go to the cinema is the main clause in this sentence. Rains is the present simple in the if clause, and in the main clause, will is the future simple in this sentence, and go is the infinitive. Here is another example of the first conditional. If it snows, I won't go to the park. If it snows is the if clause in this sentence, and of course it has the present simple tense, and I won't go to the park is the main clause in this sentence. Notice that the main clause has won't, which means will not, the future tense, and go is the infinitive. Here's another example of the first conditional. If I study today, I'll go to the party tonight. If I study today is the if clause in this sentence, and I'll go to the party tonight is the main clause. The if clause, if I study today, has the present simple study, and I'll go to the party tonight. The main clause has the future simple will, which is a contraction, and go, the infinitive. Here are other examples of the first conditional. Please pay attention to the words that are highlighted. If I have enough money, I'll buy some new sneakers. Another example, she'll be late if the train is delayed. She'll be late is the main clause in this sentence, and if the train is delayed is the if clause. Another example, she'll miss the bus if she doesn't leave soon. She'll miss the bus is the main clause in this sentence, and if she doesn't leave soon is the if clause. Another example, if I see her, I'll tell her. What's the difference between the first conditional and the zero conditional? The first conditional describes a particular situation, whereas the zero conditional describes what happens in general. For example, zero conditional. If you lie in the sun, you get burned. This is an example of a zero conditional. In this context, I'm talking about every time a person lies in the sun. The burning is a natural consequence of lying in the sun. Let's look at the first conditional. If you lie in the sun, you'll get burned. In this context, I'm talking about what will happen today. However, another day might be different. How is the first conditional different from the second conditional? How? Remember, the first conditional describes things that I think are likely to happen in the future, whereas the second conditional talks about things that I don't think will really happen. So, the second conditional is highly subjective. It depends on my point of view. For example, first conditional. If he studies harder, he'll graduate college. In this sentence, I think it's possible he'll study harder and so he'll graduate college. However, let's look at the second conditional. If he studied harder, he would graduate college. In this context, I think that he won't study harder and it's very unlikely and so he won't graduate. This is entirely subjective. Thanks for watching, guys. Check out my other cool videos. Like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay grammarous. Bye, bye, bye.